Hello, dieters. My name is Jenny, and I'm on the hCG diet. I'm sorry if that was loud when I adjusted that. And I am coming to you with an update right now on day 6. This is my round 2 of doing this diet. I did it about 2 months ago, I would say, because I did it for I did it for about 5 weeks, and then I took 3 weeks off, and so I'm doing it again now. So on day 6 today, I lost 0.8 pounds. Not bad. I love to see the 1 first. I love to lose a pound or more, obviously. But, 0.8, that is pretty close. That's only 0.2 away from a pound. So I'm happy because here we are, 6 days in, and every single day I have lost weight. So I'm officially down 5.8 pounds. But again, we can say that's very, very close to saying 6 pounds in 6 days. Any other diet in the world that I have done, I have not even come halfway close to being able to lose. I mean, if I would lose 2 pounds in a week, it would be like, wow, this is an amazing diet. So, yeah. 6 pounds in 6 days. Wonderful. Today, what I decided to do is go back and review and recap. I had a video a while ago on this. I went back to Dr. Simeon's original protocol. I did a little bit of research on this because there's so much information out there on the internet on how to do hCG and what to eat in phase 2 of the diet. And again, phase 1 only lasts 2 days. It's the days that you eat as much as you possibly can, and you're Phase 2 basically is the diet. It is the 3 to 6 week period of time when you're going to be eating on the very low calorie diet. And by very low calories, I mean 500 calories or less. Dr. Simeon's indicated that you can also go up to 800 calories. This is more for like men who are athletic in their jobs and all that kind of stuff. But basically, you don't need more calories than that because of the hCG hormone that you're taking. It is using your own body reserves for energy in a way that doesn't first make you think that you're hungry. So you do not crave and you're not hungry. All right, so what to eat? I went back and I looked, and I was a little bit surprised actually because, you get some things in your head and then you hear from other people at times and you had it decided how it's exactly supposed to be. Even the drops I come with a flyer and a pamphlet on what to eat and drink, and it's very different from Dr. Simeon's protocol. So here we go. In its most basic form, Dr. Simeon says that for breakfast you can have either coffee or tea. No sugars in there. Sparingly, you can have artificial sweeteners. And you are permitted to have a teaspoon of, you know what? I didn't see this on there again when I kept digging. I didn't read through the whole thing again. I have heard mixed things, but in my brain, from what I last heard, was that you can have 1 teaspoon of milk every other day. I want to say some people are saying you can have it every day. So I'll look into that. If you have that question, write it down below and I'll do some digging and find out exactly what Dr. Simeon's protocol is. But, all the chatter out there on the internet, some say every day, some say every other day. Can't guarantee that for you. Now, on his protocol, he said dinner are the same. And you're going to have your 4 ounces of protein, your vegetable, your fruit, and either your grissini stick or your Melba toast. And then do that again, lunch and then dinner. So you add those 4 things together twice a day. It only comes up to 500 calories. All right. I found this interesting because I have been trained, and maybe it's through other diets and then also different people on hCG modifying it and tweaking it and doing it their own way. But I have been trained not to put your carbs together with your proteins, that it should be separate. So what I know many people to do, and maybe this is what's best practice now that we know more, because again, Dr. Simeon's was, back in the 60s. So we know more now than we knew then. Even knowing more now, everyone believes in the hCG diet and the 500 calorie protocol and the hCG hormone to help you achieve your success. But there is debate about tweaking little things on the diet, what you can eat, what you can't eat, when you can eat, when you can't eat. So I just wanted to put it out there that is his protocol. That is the original. This is what you should eat. So that is what I did when I did the diet the first time, and I did lose 25 pounds. So it works. All right. I think what the majority of people do now is that they have just their protein and vegetable together for lunch and for dinner. And then separate from that, they have a grissini stick or Melba toast. And then the apple as well. So they kind of separate it throughout the day, and they don't have all the food at one time. In the end, does it matter significantly? Probably not. If you've been watching these videos, you know I don't even do the grissini stick, and I don't even do the Melba toast, and I don't do the apple, because all of those have carbs in them. And I am a big supporter and proponent of the concept of getting your body into ketosis. And when you're in ketosis, it burns its own fat too. So you have the hCG hormone that's helping you burn your own fat reserves. But if you're in ketosis, it's a natural state where your body uses its own fat as well. So I just feel like, wow, let's use both of these at the same time to work to our benefits. So I eliminated. I started using it. I want to say that the first time I did the diet, I found myself starting to eliminate the grissini stick and the apple at the end. I think partly because I was losing less and less as the diet goes on, which is a natural thing that's going to happen because your body adjusts over time, not as significantly as if you were not on the hCG hormone. Then it really starts to freak out and think starvation mode. I need to preserve. I'm not going to burn any calories, and you hit more of a stall in that case. But it still is something that happens when you're on this diet, even if it's not as significant as others. So, I almost feel like I had a stall too in the fact that yesterday I only lost 0.3 pounds. Was it 0.3? I think it was 0.3. Yeah. And then today 0.8. But these are standard numbers. 6 days, minus 2.5 pounds on the first day, not uncommon or unheard of. I was after 2 days of loading in a ton of food. Then I lost 1.6, 1.4, 1.3, 0.3, 0.8. 6 consecutive days of losing weight on the protocol. And I do not feel hungry. Now, in terms of tweaking it and all of that, and how does that affect the original protocol, it's interesting because Dr. Simeons does say in his original protocol that this diet you are supposed to be eating to hunger. So if you find yourself eating even, let's say, the protein, vegetable, fruit, and grissini stick at lunch, the protein, vegetable, fruit, and grissini stick at dinner, and you're still hungry, you need to probably adjust your dose of hCG. Something's a little bit off with it. And it could be too much or too little. You need to find the sweet spot. But if you know that you're doing the right amount and you've tried adjusting it, it's not making a difference, and you are truly hungry, like stomach growling hungry, not I want to eat. I want to eat is not being hungry. Watch a separate video on that. But if you truly are, your stomach is growling and you're getting hunger pains, that should not happen on this diet. So you may be the person who does need to up it to 800 calories. Conversely, if you are not eating the full 500 calories, but you're really satisfied, I strongly believe that that's okay. I do not believe I'm having the full 500 calories on the diet as I'm going around this time. If I have to go back and add them all up, I don't really know, but I know that I'm not having a full 8 ounces of protein in the course of a day. And I'm not having the apple, and I'm not having the grissini stick. So I have to be having less than 500 calories. And I think that's okay. I think it goes into the concept of, partly because Dr. Simeons did say you're supposed to eat to hunger. So that means if you're not hungry, why are you going to force feed yourself when you're on this diet? Understand that if you are taking the hCG hormone and you're eating as much as you want, your weight is going to skyrocket, which is why on the first couple days, your weight goes up so significantly when you're doing the eating. They are not compatible together, eating too much and being on the hCG hormone. If you can't maintain this diet, you need to get off the hCG hormone. because you don't want your weight to go way up. So the hCG hormone, in knowing that, really helps you self-monitor yourself. You're like, oh, I'm still taking the hCG hormone. If I want to cheat, I need to get off this diet first, and then I'll cheat. And then that personally gets me through a day. Yesterday, I had one of those days. In fact, just last night, I'm only day 6 on the diet, surprisingly. I had no problem going 5+ weeks last time. But for some reason this time, maybe because it's just a month later and I'm doing it again. I mean, it had been years done it before. So I think that maybe they were too close together for my liking. And I find myself just wanting to eat in certain circumstances, not being hungry, but wanting to eat. And I was good yesterday and I didn't. And I kept myself busy with some paperwork and then went to bed earlier and thought, if I need to eat, I'll eat in the morning. And sure enough, you get up in the morning and I take the drops right away and get ready to start doing my job here in my classroom, teaching my kids in China English skills, and I'm fine. So finding things to distract yourself are helpful. All right. Those are about 4 or 5 different topics I just started veering off on. I apologize for that. All right, so that is the protocol. Those are the amount of calories and what you're going to eat when you're on hCG. Tomorrow, I will be very specific about which proteins you are allowed to eat, which ones you're not allowed to eat, which vegetables you can eat, which ones you're not allowed to eat, which fruits you can eat, which ones you're not allowed to eat. Surprise, there's a few more restrictions involved in this, but I wanted to keep this video short for you. Tune in tomorrow if you want a specific detailed list of what is acceptable, what is not acceptable, along with, now that we are many years later, a few of the exceptions that people are allowing on the diet that aren't on the original protocol. But we'll start with the original protocol just in case you're a person who wants to wholesomely do it exactly as Dr. Simmons intended. All right, you take care. Have a wonderful day dieting, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.